Police 10-8 Talk. I'm Joel. Again, if you hear a hum in the background, which I'm sure you will, it is a little portable roll-around air conditioner that I have on, and it's pointing directly at me here at the workbench. So just bear with me on the sound aspect. A quick video. If you're like me and you're a Glock aficionado, yeah, that's a pretty big word for me, but if you're really into Glocks like I am, I can't recommend this book enough to you. It's called Glock, The New Wave in Combat Handguns. It was by a gentleman by the name of Peter Alan Kasler. The book was published in 1992. So for some of you younger folk out there, it may seem a little bit irrelevant to you. At the time this book came out, Glock only had models 17 through 23, something like that. Peter Alan Kasler was a gun rights activist. He was an author as well as a lawyer. He died in 2001. Like I said, this book came out in 1992. Just to give you a little idea of some of the things in it, it covers the history and development. It goes into the 1950s when Gaston Glock was working as a plant manager. It goes into how in 1963 he formed Glock Manufacturing. They began by making doorknobs and hinges for the Austrian market. He then developed a line of military and police items, like their popular knives, their popular entrenching tools, and they also did a non-disintegrating machine gun belt. 1980, the Austrian army decided they wanted to replace their current service handgun, and they wanted it done by 1983. Gaston Glock put together a panel of people, and by late 1982, they'd submitted test samples that met all the criteria for the Austrian service handgun, which is in the book. Needless to say, Glock 17 won the contract. It also covers some of the myths. I think it was in Die Hard 2. John McCain says something about, yeah, they're carrying those Austrian guns that can't be detected by X-ray machine. Bull hockey on that. As you guys know, there's over a pound of metal in the sliding barrel. Talks about how Glock's handguns model numbers correspond with the number of the patent he's applying for. So the Glock 17 was actually Gaston Glock's first patent for the handgun, so they followed consecutively that way. Also, a good section in the book covers the history of the 40 Smith & Wesson cartridge. So just really quick, guys, again, the book's a little dated, but if you're looking for the backstory, the history, why and how, give you an idea of some of the chapters here. Talks about the genesis and history of the Glock dynasty, the media fiasco. Even back in '92, Glock was becoming king of the law enforcement. Talks about the lengthy California Highway Patrol and Scottsdale, Arizona police departments. Got their reports in here as well. When the book was written, 3,500 departments had already adopted the Glock. It goes into the 9mm Glocks, the 17 to 19. Has a chapter on the Glock 18, which we all know is the select fire, ooh, bad daddy. Covers the 22, 23, covers the big bores, the 10mm and the 45, covers the Glock pretty much inside to out, how the Glocks function, Glock maintenance, design features. operational advantages, accessories. Now granted, when this book was written, there was not a whole lot of accessories available for Glock that there is now. Just real quick, I want to share something with you, which I'll be covering in far more detail in another video. Page 189 of this book, Lubricating Glock Pistols, suggests only 3 drops of oil be used to lubricate the entire pistol. Step number 1, using a finger, apply 1 drop of lubricant to the outside of the barrel, especially on the hood, the locking lugs, and wherever rub marks appear. With that same finger, whatever lubricant you have left on it, apply it to the underside of the slide. You then apply a 2nd drop of lubricant to your finger and wipe it across all 4 of the receiver rails. And then the last one is apply 1 drop of oil to the trigger bar where the trigger bar and connector meet. I have pretty much followed this guide my whole law enforcement career. I'm our departmental armory. I work on Glocks on the side. I have a few things here. I basically follow all of them, but number 4, I do put lubricant at the trigger bar connector, but I found a whole drop of oil to me to be a little excessive. But again, I'll cover that again at a later date with you guys. Like I say, if you're looking for a really good reference book, Glock, the New Wave in Combat Handguns. A little out of our forte doing a book review, but it's been a very valuable reference book to me, and it's also taught me the history of Glock and how these things were developed. So guys, check the book out. Give us a like or subscribe. Police 10-8 Talk. I'm Joel. Thanks for the view. We'll see you again. Be sure you give us a like or subscribe and stay safe.